here I'm going to show you the difference between hiring me and hiring maybe another guy. As you can see here, I have a huge cargo van, I have a Sprinter van, and in this cargo van, I have almost everything. And if you hire maybe another guy that they don't have enough tools, they're not going to do the job very, very well because, you know, they are limited. Even if you have, for instance, a minivan, let's say this is a family car, you can have it, you know, well done like I do it, but not many people have it like that. So as you can see, even I have everything organized, and I'm going to show you what happens when you don't have, you know, everything in place, and what happens when you hire maybe another guy that they have a limited amount of tools. The organization is not very well, and they are going to have, you know, limited tools, like I said, and the job is not going to be very well because they are going to try to move the job forward without having the right tools, and then the job will be okay. So as you can see here we have the minivan. This is my backup car, just in case if I have to take my Sprinter van to the mechanic and it needs some maintenance or something like that. As you can see, I have all my chargers over there. So as soon as I turn on the engine, all the batteries that I have in all my chargers, they're going to start charging the battery. So I will never go to a customer, you know, with the batteries that are not fully charged or anything like that, wasting time or going back home, you know, to pick up more batteries or something like that, because I see this all the time. You know, you hire just a regular guy and they don't have, you know, all the tools, the batteries are not fully charged, they have to go back and forth. Here I have for plumbing, drywall, almost everything here in this cargo van. And even if you have a minivan, and you can be organized. But if you have a little car, like I'm going to show you now, you know, the people, they're not going to have all the tools that are needed, and they are going to try to to do the job with, you know, with whatever they have handy. And the job, usually when you're limited on tools, you're not going to use the right tool in order to finish the job properly. So now I'm going to show you one of the examples that I've seen. Okay, as you can see, when most of the contractors, they have everything, you know, loose, everything is a disaster, you know, there is no organization or anything like that. So that is the difference between working organized, very organized, or working like this. So as you can see here, this is the difference between working unorganized and working organized. So as you can see, buckets everywhere. You have to, you know, scramble everything in order to pick up something. So that is what happened when you're going to see most of contractors. They don't work as fast as they could because, you know, they have a disaster and chaos, everything, and most of the time they don't have all the tools that they need. Here, another example, when I went to do another job, another customer, this guy, you know, he's a contractor, I don't know, maybe like a handyman, the same thing, you know, you have a bunch of stuff in the back of the car, and even with the broom, you see, he has to take it apart in order to make a fit. Nothing is organized, and, you know, once you don't have anything, you know, in place, you don't have any type of organization or anything like that, it's going to take you longer to do any type of job because you're not going to be able to find anything. Also, when you have a little car, you know, you're not going to have everything that is needed to do the job, and then you will have to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and then you go back and forth. Even this guy, you see, he has a compressor, he has a ladder, so he has to, you know, put everything in the back seat instead of, you know, having a minivan minimum. I mean, that is what I would recommend to anybody who wants to work on these type of things. It's a minivan for starters or a Sprinter van. I have both because sometimes I have to take the Sprinter van, the big cargo van, you know, to the mechanic, and I need to have a backup. Otherwise, I prefer the Sprinter van. It's huge. I have all the tools that are needed, and I go to the customer once and I do everything very quickly because I have everything. You don't have everything, like this guy, you see, he has to put, you know, some type of rag on top of the miter saw, and also, you know, everything is going to be very crowded, and the minimum amount of tools. I mean, you cannot put a lot of tools in a little car like that. Even if it's 4 doors, you know, it's going to be crowded. So that is the difference between, you know, a professional contractor like me and just a regular guy that is just starting, or maybe he doesn't have the resources and he will try to do it, you know, as cheap as possible, and the quality is going to suffer at the end of the day. I see this every day, and that is the main difference. If you want to contact me, you have all my information in the section below, and see you next time.